Today I'm feeling so yappy wappy today, and I've so yesterday, earlier, I was sitting down and I was studying for 12th grade, sorry, 11th grade, and I kind of started thinking a bit, right? And I realized something. I don't know how I came to that conclusion, but the title of this video is going to be The Human Conscience and why, in my opinion, why society is so messed up. Now, while just thinking, and just thinking and thinking and thinking, I've come to the realization that when you do something wrong, hold on, there we go. When you do something wrong, whether that's in a religious belief system, or you're solving a math problem, or you did something that's morally wrong, whatever wrong you did, when you do it, your conscience goes up to you and is like, hey, that's wrong. Hey, that's wrong. Hey, that's wrong. And it keeps repeating that for like forever, basically, and never shuts the fuck up. And so, you see, this all stemmed from when I was thinking, like, why is it when you say that, like, something that's true, like, why are people so fucking offended? And why are people so, like, for example, one time I said that Muslims can't celebrate New Year's Eve. I was right. We can't. Christmas, Valentine's, New Year's Eve, we can't celebrate those things because it's not within our belief system. And so when I said that, a couple of people got butthurt, like absolutely offended when I said that, and they were like, "Stop spreading misinformation and let people have their fun." And so, I was thinking about a quote, right? I'll the human conscience. I'll talk about it in just a second, but let's talk about this first. I was thinking about a quote, like, why are people so offended by the truth? Why is it nowadays that people are so offended by the truth? Well, when someone does something wrong and they know it's wrong, what do? Well, what they do is actually dependent on the person. Now, because most people are actually lazy pieces of shit that choose to justify, like, for example, me. I'll give you a smaller example, and that example is me. There are many evidences pointing towards music being prohibited in Islam. But I just don't believe it. I don't want to admit it. I'm being very honest with you. Just this is raw honesty, right? I don't want to admit it. Am I sinning? Probably. I don't want to admit it. I I don't know for a fact. Like I don't know 100% it's wrong, but it's probably wrong and I get guilty from time to time. But there's not enough evidence, in my opinion, pointing towards that music is a sin and I should just actually just stop, right? Now, what does someone with a guilty conscience do normally? Well, they try and justify why it's actually okay to sort of, just calm their guilty conscience down and just tell it to shut the fuck up. For example, smoking, I guess, or vaping. Like, when you do something that disagrees with your morals and values, you try and come up with a really shitty excuse to just temporarily just let it slide. Otherwise, you'd never ever do this type of shit. So, um, really being humble. The reason being humble is realizing, oh shit, that was a mistake. Oh, that was wrong. That mistake in that math problem I did. I should stop being arrogant and hold shit. Acknowledge there's something wrong with it, right? And uh, now that I know that there's something wrong with this math problem, I want to fix it. I want to, now that I know that, like, for a fact that, like, this thing is sin, that, like, this habit of mine is wrong, and like, whatever wrong you're doing, once the right thing to do is to acknowledge it, is to realize, shit, this is wrong. I admit this is wrong, and I should just realize it's wrong, and I should stop trying to excuse it. Only then will your guilty conscience, shut the fuck up. But that's not what most people do nowadays. Most people always disgustingly, and I mean disgustingly, try and excuse like whatever they're doing. Like when you say porn is bad, people will disagree with you. When you say cigarettes are bad, people will disagree with you. When you say like whenever what like when you say something that's blatantly bad, a lot of people are gonna come at you, and they're gonna like, just because they're probably addicted to that thing and they do it all the fucking time. They're probably gonna tell you no, it's okay and all that shit, and try their best to justify themselves. Really, just like again, with the whole religious like sin, non-sin, what's allowed, what's right and wrong, stuff like that. When like people will always try and justify themselves, no matter how fucking wrong they are, and I believe that's genuinely that is one of the most disgusting like in life on a broad spectrum in life, that is one of the most disgusting things human beings can ever do. Try and justify their shitty actions. And you see it with morals. Like, oh, I hurt this person. Technically, they're a bad person too, so. Like, oh, technically this, technically that. Accountability is something that does not exist nowadays. People do not know what the fuck accountability means. And like, I guess people never knew what accountability means, but now it's just even 6 minutes. It's just even more non existent. Uh, and so basically, that's pretty much why society is so fucked up, is because very little people like to take accountability for their actions and realize, holy shit, smoking is bad and it's wrong. I should stop. Drinking is bad. Hey, I don't fucking care whether it's legal or not. Drinking is very fucking bad. It's very fucking bad. Like drinking is it's it's kind of just like drugs. It's just like drugs. Okay? Because alcohol is toxic to every single cell in the body, and that's not my words, a heart surgeon's words. And he actually like there was this video where he rated each addiction, so each like thing, like shitty sleep, alcohol addictions, like stuff like that. Actually, not just alcohol, not addiction, just alcohol. Stress. He rated each one a vape. He rated each one based on like how fucking horrible they are for the human body and the heart. And he gave alcohol a 10. He gave alcohol a 10, vape like what, a 4 or a 3. Uh, he gave a couple of other things like stress an 8, sleep like a 10 as well, or 9. I can't remember, but like, like people like will always, oh, it's legal. I don't know, bro. There are many like legal things that you can think like, huh? How is this legal? What? Like, scamming. Well, scamming isn't legal, but it's just like there are many things in the business world that you look at and you're like, how is this fucking legal? I'm still surprised user interest is like still existent. Like if people use their brain for a while, they would realize, oh, user interest is actually like really fucking bad and it's unfair and it's bad. But no, people don't really realize that. I swear to God, one of the biggest reasons why everything is fucked is because of like user interest. Why is the American economy fucked? Well, because they aren't taxing the rich enough. Also, it's because it's kind of rooted in America. Corruption is rooted in America. But anyways, basically, I'll just do a part two. Sorry for that abrupt um uh interruption, but I'll do a part two and I'll talk about it more in depth because that video part one was just getting a little too long.